going to have to get that microphone right up to your face.
Yeah, okay.
Swing it around if you have to.
Yeah, I'll put this right here.
Hold on, let me help you out.
Now I got it.
Trust me, that's what I'm here for.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead and pop that right up there.
All right.
Oh, he's a long way.
Straight. There you go. I said it out loud. Keep going.
Delighted to be with you this evening.
Still doesn't
I really
work.
love that first performance.
Moved it over too far.
I'm going to tell you a couple of tall tales.
Closer to the mic.
Here. Closer to the mic.
Yes.
There you got it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to tell you a couple of tall tales from the time when I was a youth. And I want to say that some people might consider part of this to be PG, and I just want to put that right out there. I'd be terribly embarrassed if I embarrassed anybody. I'm going to bring you to Youngstown, Ohio.
Yay.
And there you go. Youngstown in the house. There you go. Youngstown's in the house. Now, in the time when I was in Youngstown, Ohio, it was a booming steel town. And the people I knew worked in the steel mills and they worked on the railroad. And I worked on the railroad for 4 years. That's where I got my street creed. And, you know, when men get together like that, sometimes they use sort of rough language. I'm sorry about that, but that's the way it is. And some of that sort of blended over into the young people of the town. And with that introduction, I want to introduce you to my high school social studies teacher. His name was Mr. Jim Berardi. Mr. Berardi was a studly guy. He was a veteran. Most of the men who were in the school system at that time were veterans. And everybody in my class will remember Mr. Berardi because he was a great dresser. Suit and tie at every class, and not many people do that much anymore. So Mr. Berardi comes into class one day and says, "Class, today we are going to talk about the time when England and Argentina had a war over the Falkland Islands." Now, Tony Licavoli raises his hand. Now, Tony Licavoli was a weird kid in our school, and he did all sorts of inappropriate things. So he says, there was another thing about it. People made fun of his name. You know, that was terrible, but that happens in school sometimes. And I remember going down the hall and I would hear, "Hey, Tony, come over here and lick my bowling." Then we have a fight. Maybe that was Tony's real problem. But Tony raised his hand and he said, "Hey, Mr. Berardi, which Falkland Island are you talking about?" Mr. Berardi says, "Well, there's only one Falkland Island. It's a small island group off the coast of Argentina." Now, this doesn't sit right with Tony. He doesn't like this answer. He says, "Hey, Mr. Berardi, what are you trying to pull here?" Tony gives him Mr. Anybody down to the audience?
You know what it means.
Well, you know this is not good. Tony says, "Everybody knows the whole Falkland Ocean is full of Falkland Islands." He said, "We got the Hawaiian Island. I know, because my uncle Manunzi was there during the war. He was in the Navy. Uncle Manunzi told me that the hookers in Hawaii were so busy during the war, they used an egg timer. He said you had 3 Falkland minutes. Every time was up. Ding, that was it." Manunzi said, "When it was your turn at bat, you better have your bat already on. And your bat better be all wood." Hey, Mr. Berardi, you know there's even a Gilligan's Island. Now you want to tell me what that chooch did there in his own Falkland Island? He must be connected. Hey, Mr. Berardi, I want to ask you a personal question. This is just between you and me. He says, man to man, man of the man, which would you rather do? Ginger or Marianne? You know, it took a lot of guts for me to do that. I'm glad you like it. Let me tell you one of them. When I graduated from Miami University, Oxford, Ohio, I went to work at Bedford. And we had maybe 10 new teachers in Bedford at that time. One of them was a tall, blonde, good-looking woman's physical education teacher. In other words, she had all the characteristics that would attract a 22-year-old shallow male. So it comes to the time where we're at the faculty lunchroom, and I'm sitting next to her, and I said, would you like to have supper with me this Saturday? She says, would that be like a date? I said, yeah, a date. She said, I don't think you want a date with me. I said, why not? She said, I'm a lesbian. You had to whisper that.
Yeah.
Lesbian? What was that all about? She says, well, I like women. I like their long hair. I like their beautiful faces. I like their easy sexual manner. I like the way they're curvy and soft in all the right places. This is women for me. So I'm walking out. This guy sidled up next to me. He was at the table opposite me. And he said, she shot you down, didn't she? And I said, yeah, but you know this. Damaged thing. I just found out that I'm a lesbian.
That was good.
I've been a lesbian all my life. I love what women bring to the table. I appreciate women. Just to say it out, I love women.
Bob, you got time for a question?
They don't pay me to do this.
Are you lucky enough to have a wife like some of us here tonight?
Yes, I'm married.
Well, before your wife, was you kind of wild and crazy? How many women did you date? I don't mean to be personal. You just deal with the way you want.
Are you talking about, when you say date, do you mean like in the biblical sense? Are you talking carnal knowledge?
Well, however you want to deal with it.
Well, God, I'm up there on stage. All I can do is be honest, all right? And I happen to know the numbers, 5. Now that may seem like a lot, but in my defense, I gotta say, that was really a crazy night.